And we actually have a company in the current YC batch, Kscale Labs, that's working on consumer humanoid robots. And yeah, so
That's
like,
cool.
yeah, and they have a pretty cool demo. It's very early, but like a lot of the sci-fi stuff is actually now becoming possible.
The cool thing about Ben, who's the founder for Kscale, he was the guy that built the foundation robotics model for Tesla.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He put it into the Optimus Prime robot as well.
Oh, awesome.
The thing about the real world is governed by the laws of physics, and it turns out we have a bunch of equations that can describe it for different things like weather. There's also the space, for example, there's this company that we funded called Draft8 that is building AI models for CAD design. So CAD follows a lot of the laws of physics with Newton, right? With force, shear, etc. And a lot of the software behind SolidWorks and AutoCAD run on these really old kernels that basically, again, solve these giant polynomials of lots of equations so that when you do a design of a structure and you want to calculate the force and the tolerances is accurate because you don't want a building to just flop, right? So what they do, and it's very expensive. I mean, whenever you build all these models in CAD, and these kernels are super old, and they kind of, at the end of the day, they run on these equations that compile, like, I don't know, to some wild thing like Fortran because they haven't not been updated. What Draft8 is doing, they are short-circuiting some of these with AI models that can do some of the predictions. So there's a lot faster and cheaper in terms of computation. So there's a lot of geometry, computational geometry, computation behind the scenes.
It's really cool. That's a perfect example of just like a valuable problem to solve that the general purpose models just aren't going to get around to specializing it.
Hi, that's a great point. And there's a lot of startups that are very worried that if they like go into AI, they're going to get run over by OpenAI or other foundational model companies. And so one solution to that is like train your own model that's doing something else.
Yeah, great point.
There's actually a YC company called Playground run by our friend Suhail Doshi that is a good example of actually you probably can go up against people who are really well funded and come up with something that is far better.